Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about getting your particles ready for VR. Now mostly these particles work pretty well in VR and they look great when you get up and close to it for fidelity. But one of the things that we want to do is turn off some things that are expensive for VR. Mainly the two things is lights. So you see these lights that glow at the bottom of the fires. That's really expensive for VR. So in fact, if you're doing VR, you'll want to turn that down and then use that conservatively. So if you do want to have some lights on fires, you'll have to put just one light instead of multiple ones that are being spawned like this. So we'll go ahead and click on that and get that started. I'll go into my mode, Control B, go to the fire, open it up, and then once we're in here, we will look for fire lights. So you'll see this light. Anything that has the light like this, just turn this one completely off, that emitter off, and that'll be the most savings you can get for VR. The other thing I wanted to point out is I wanted to show off this particle system has no fixed bounding. I also want to set that up, so what we want to do is click on the black area over here and scroll down to the bounds and hit use fixed bounds relative to the box and put in numbers in here, 2,000, 1,000, whatever distance you think this should call out for you. So again, I put 2,000 here. We'll want to do that so it doesn't just draw all the time, so that it can be called correctly. And so that's something that can happen if you're creating emitters and you don't set that bounding box. And lastly, the other thing that'll give you a pretty good increase for VR is the heat distortion. That's refraction, so we can also turn that off. This is not as expensive as the firelights. The firelights are really expensive. You can see a major drop in performance if you use lights, especially if you spawn a whole bunch of them, as I do here, to create that flickering effect. So it's not that bad for PC, but for VR it's definitely devastating. So you definitely want to turn that off, and then you'll see a huge performance increase on the fires. So they still look great. You lose a little bit of fidelity for the lights, but that's with any kind of particle lights. Anyways, those are some tips on getting these fires ready for VR. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Bye.